Very good morning everyone. Is it audible, ma? Okay. This is B. Srilekha from Pantechelearning, Amirpet, Hyderabad. Welcome to the wonderful session with the caption of machine learning using Python. As we discussed yesterday about the introduction part of machine learning, we will go in depth to the Python. What are the language? What is the language in depth, and how Python we are using in machine learning. Okay. Coming to Python language, first of all we will discuss what is program, because the basic concepts of the program and what are the languages we are using, types of the languages, we can know something about in depth about it. So what is the program? Program is nothing but a set of instructions given to the system. So when given to the computer or system to run, to execute something. So now we have two types of programming languages. There are high level language and low level language. Coming to high level language, it is a human friendly language, and easy to execute and easy to understandable, and it is in high level language we will come across with the Python, C, C++, Perl and Java. In low level language, coming to low level language is a machine friendly language, and it is some complex when compared to the high level language, and in low level language we come across with machine languages and assemble languages. Same as languages, we have two kinds of program processors. We have interpreters and compilers. Interpreters are nothing but it executes the code step by step process, line by line process, it executes the code. But whereas the compilers, we will execute the code entirely at a time. So see here, compilers means it consists of a source code and a compiler. Source code is nothing but the input which are giving to the system, and the compiler is a medium which converts the source code into the object code, and the object code transforms in a medium called as executor and executes the output. So this is the entire process which comes in under the compilers. But whereas in the interpreters, the source code is input whatever the code we are giving to the system, and the interpreter is nothing but a medium. We will have to convert the code into the output. Okay. Now through the interpreter we will get an output which executes the code. Interpreter is nothing but which executes the code line by line. So when we give a comment or when we give a statement for it, it executes the code line by line form. When the code is given, it executes the code. And Introduction of Python. Python is a language which is easy to execute and easy to develop different applications, and also it has a syntax rule of Python allows you to express concepts without writing additional code. So, and it also allows you to use English keywords instead of punctuations. This is readable and a clean code base will help you to maintain and update the software without putting extra time and effort. So this is the main concept of Python language. It is an high level language, and it is fast to learn and fast to develop different applications easily, and it is also very easy to execute the code, and it available in the different platforms, number of platforms such as Windows, Unix, Linux, etc. So, and it also implements complex logic with very few lines of code. So very few lines of code, it executes the code. Now see who discovered Python, and how was Python named as Python. So it was developed by a developer known as Guido van Rossum in 1989 at National Research Institute for Mathematics and Computer Science in Netherlands. How does the name Python came from? So Van Rossum has a habit of seeing comedy series which is published in BBC's at 1970s only in the name of Minto Python Flying Circus. Minto Python Flying Circus is a name which is named after a comedy series which is published in BBC in 1970s. He need a name for naming his language, which is short, unique and slightly mischievous. So he named it as Python. So it was named as Python in such a way which is the name after comedy series Minto Python Flying Circus. And why one should use Python, and what can I do in Python? So it is readable and maintainable code. It has readable and maintainable code. Syntax rule of Python allows you to express codes without writing additional code. So here without writing any additional code, it uses and allows you to use English keywords instead of punctuations. This is readable and a clean code it has, and will help you to maintain the update of the software without putting an extra devices. And it is used in multiple programming paradigms like paradigms, and compatibly with major platforms and systems. Robust and standard libraries. It has many number of libraries. It consists of different versions of Python, and many open source frameworks and tools are there. And Python has a more Python simplifies the complex software development too, and adopts test driven developments. So that's why we use Python and for different code source, and we use the language. And the Python is used in different streams such as data processing, signal processing, Pygame, Maya Python, and musical software and web development framework. So in In data processing, it is used to how it is used means it is used to convert the n number of complex data into simple process by using the Python language, which consists of library development in Python. The data processing library development in Python is widely used for complex data processing algorithm. Here, powerful language for complex data processing is nothing but Python. And it is also used in signal processing. We can use Python for signal processing and advanced visualization techniques like Python contribution in neurosciences data analysis is a great example of this. And it reads the brain signalings, and it tracks whatever the signalings is there, and it also finds based upon the signals any disturbances are there in the brain, or any tumors are happening in the brain. So it by using this different types of coding systems, we can analyze and we can estimate, we can predict. And Pygame is nothing but we have different gaming applications like gaming apps like Temple Run, Free Fire, PUBG. We have no. So Pygame is used to write the modules. Python modules is used to write the games, to design the games. Whatever the games we play, how we can play the it is all the descripted, all the writings are given by Pygame application. And MayaPython is nothing but it is used to create the movie creations and the different types of graphics whichever we need in the nowadays we are seeing in Hollywood and Bollywood, whatever the graphics we needed. So these all are created by using MayaPython. And the music applications, it also analyzes the music applications, audio players, audio converters, music notations, musical analysis, audio analysis, laying and creating sounds, mp3 stuff, and metadata editors. So these all are by using Python, it can write the musical software, it can execute the musical software, and so it can takes the sound vibrations, like it can also read the heartbeat sound also, and it can also test that whether the based upon the heartbeat wavelengths and based upon the frequency level the heartbeats. So we can estimate whatever we can in the medical field, in the healthcare field. And website development for work. Django is a wonderful, very powerful website development framework for rapid development written in the Python. So different types of website development frameworks are there, no? So based upon the different types of website development frameworks, one of the most powerful website development framework is Django. Okay, coming to the versions, how many versions we have in Python? We have two versions in Python. We have a number of versions in Python from Python, starting from Python 1 version to now the till date update of Python 3.10, I think so, 3.10.1 or 10.9. So the till now the Python version is updating day by day. The differences between Python 2 and Python 3, why we are seeing Python 2 and Python 3? Because Python 2 has a number of libraries and more than libraries which are not there in the Python 3. And nowadays also we are using Python 2 version only. We are much addicted to, much usable to only Python 2 version, more than 3 version. 3 version is using, but Python 2 version is more used, because when we are creating complex applications or big coding systems, we are using only Python 2 because it consists of n number of libraries, and Python 3 was released in 2008, and Python 3 does not have enough libraries. how many libraries we have in Python 3 means Python 2 means nearly 16,700 and libraries are there. Python libraries are there, standard libraries are there in the Python 2. So that's why the Python 2 is present and still on going on. We have two ways to use the interpreters. Means how we can execute the code, Python code, how we can execute the code means we have two ways. So one is interactive mode and other is script mode. In interactive mode, a command prompt environment is open, and in that environment looks like this, and we can print the code, or we can print the we can write the code and we can print some statements. Look here, print welcome to Python. It by entering the by clicking on enter button, it can execute the code immediately, run the code immediately. So in script mode we can execute the code in two shells, two environments. That is, one is Python shell and one is untitled notebook. So this is Python shell. Python shell is nothing but where the code where the format, where the environment opens in such a way, and the same we can use the code, whichever code we can in the format. You see here, hello 4.5, hello 16, hello 4.5. These are the code which we can execute by in with whatever the requirements we have. And we have to mention here print a no, in some editions this is a version of 2.71 version, but in some versions like version 3 we have to give the curve brackets outside the both sides of the a print a. We should print the variable in the curve brackets, then only it will give the correct value, or it will give the without error it will run. So in coming to untitled notebook, so we can execute the code in the notebook by saving the file in the .py file. So when we save the file in .py file, it executes. So look here, the source with whatever the source we have, we save in the .py file, and we will close the entire file, and when open the file, it shows the some options like top options, file, view, and run. So click on the run, and it shows the run module, or F5, I think so. F5 will be there. So it shows the F5 option. We can click on it. It will run and execute the code. That is Python virtual machine. Okay, this is the runtime execution model. And Python in interpreter we execute the code in the bytecode form, and then we will give the life to the code. And see here, welcome to Python, print to $H. Okay, these are the Python format where we can execute the code. Then what is debugging? There we have in Python code, we have different types of errors, that are syntax error, runtime error, semantic error. So types of errors occurs while programming: syntax error and runtime error and semantic error. Syntax error is nothing but when we give a command to the code, when we give a code to the to execute, if any syntax error like curly brackets are missing, all over where the indentations, or where the apostrophes are missing. So whenever we didn't mention the syntaxes like this, so it will give, it is called as syntax error. And runtime error, when we run the code it shows an error, means it is known as runtime error. And symmetric error, symmetric error is nothing but when we execute the code with the different keywords, no, when the keywords are used in when the keywords are not mentioned in the proper way in the syntax, so it shows a symmetric error. So this is all about machine learning and Python basic concepts. So now we will see a small project, small top what is a small topic based upon the topic of how the project is how the machine learning is used in different types of projects. Okay, now see here, we should install first Anaconda Navigator. So for Anaconda Navigator, go to Chrome and type Anaconda Navigator and open it. So click on this, it will download, it will show the versions and it will download. Okay, then after downloading you can click on the what to say next options and install it properly. And see here, type Anaconda Navigator, don't click on double click. Once sometimes it may open, sometimes it may not open. Sometimes when we are clicking on double click, it starts reinstalling again. So click on Anaconda Navigator and it opens in a command prompt to environments and close immediately. And it opens the environment of Anaconda Navigator. It opens a home page of Anaconda Navigator. So this is the environment which we get when the Anaconda Navigator is installed. And then first we have to launch the Jupyter notebook. We can execute the code in the Jupyter notebook. Okay, after launching the Jupyter notebook, it opens the home page of Jupyter notebook. So this is the home page of Jupyter notebook. My code is in the downloads and in the attachment form. So click on the codes and the CSV file. We have to give the CSV file and code, and click on the click on the code. It will run. So as I said, there are the different there is a cycle of machine learning which we are using, that is data collection, data pre-processing, data visualization, data splitting and data splitting and testing training process, applying algorithms, accuracy score and confusion metrics. Okay, now regarding to this, whatever the these are the Python attributes only we are using here. These are the Python attributes. Whichever the Python attributes we are using in machine learning are pandas. Pandas are nothing but whatever the Excel sheet format we are using. This is the Excel sheet format. This format, this file, this is the data set. The entire data, whatever the data we required, we will see here. So this entire data is read by pandas. The file format, Excel sheet file format is there, no? The file format is read by pandas. And numpys are nothing but the whatever the data consists of numerical values, it is read by numpys. and here matplotlib and seaborn. Matplotlib and seaborn are the two Python attributes used for the data visualization process, and this process in this process matplotlib is used for 2D rays and seaborn is used for 3D rays plotting system. So here in matplotlib we will come with histogram graphs and charts, but in seaborn we will come with heat maps and different types of 3D arrays pictures. And sklearn is nothing but sklearn is used for applying algorithms, different types of algorithms applying to the testing training process, and accuracy score, showing the accuracy score, confusion metrics. In this format we will use. We took here the project called student performance. Students performance means how the students are performing. So here data is how the foreign students are performing in different or a foreign college or a foreign school. So here the data is consist of this. So this is the data set name. Okay, now data file name. This is the data file name XAP. Okay. See here Excel sheet format is there, no? Excel sheet data set file. This is the data set XAPI. This is the data set name. Whatever the data set name is there, we have to assign here PD. PD means nothing but pandas. Pandas is used for reading the file format, what Excel sheet file mode, whatever the file format which we are giving for data. So df is equals to pd dot read csv file. It will read the data set file. It will completely read the data set file. df head. df head is nothing but df head is nothing but whatever the data we are having it in the Excel sheet format, it shows in the top 10 top 5 samples of data, samples of examples are there, no? That examples are shown. df head is nothing but first 5 samples which are there in the data set. It will represent. See here, this is the data set. Okay, then df dot shape means how many rows and columns are there in the Excel sheet format. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. So entirely 17 columns are there and 480 rows are there. This is the entire shape of the Excel sheet. And df info is whatever the data, how many columns are there, that columns are in which format, in which format of data type is used. Here in gender there are 480 samples or 480 rows, and no nulls are there. Nuns are not there, means white spaces or any whichever the wrong data is not there. And the data type in gender we are using the data type known as object. Object is nothing but we are using here vocabulary or string values, or string is nothing but nouns we are using, no? Nuns we are using. So noun form we are using. So here m is there. M is an alphabetical order, so it is used as object. We are this nationality KW, place, birth, Kuwait, and stage ID lower level, and grade ID here also we are using G, and ID session ID here also we are using. So it is all showed in the format of object only. And raised hands, how many people was raised hands, it is shown in the numerical values. So numerical values is nothing but that is the integers format. And when the numerical value shows in the dot, means decimal form, like 25.0 or 25.1, then the object type, then the data type is used as float 65. df dot na is nothing but the how, whatever the unrequirement of columns will be there, no, we can remove the columns. So in such a way we are using df drop now. See here, EDA means how many in genders. One, actually the concept is whatever the students are studying in the school or studying in the college, we have to look after them. And this is the project based upon the student performance. Student performance means how the student is performed from the say enter college duration, like low level, high level. We will have in the excel sheet form, that is like a low level, middle school level, and high level. And the grading id will be there. And the sessions, what are the sections we have, that is a b sections are there, I think so. Two clusters are there. What is the topic means nothing but whatever the student is studying in which branch. And semester, f semester, first semester or second semester. And the relation, who is visited to the meeting, or any who is visited to the meeting which is conducted based upon the student performance, or who given the review of the student. And raised hands, based upon the student, whatever the student we selected, how many people has raised the hands, means okay, this student performance is good or student performance is bad. And visited resources, what are the resources are there for them. And how many are announcement, whatever, how many announcements are there. Discussion, how many with the how many peoples we have discussed. And the parents announcement, parents answers means the person is good. This is parents school means parent satisfaction is nothing but whatever the parents we have, whatever the review, whatever the report is given by the student, given by the school based upon the student performance in the school. Parents given that answers as no, as means look here, given has bad, the parent answered as no, no, he is not bad, he is good only. So bad means yes, he is good, he is bad only. So like that. And whatever the absent is, student absent, and attendance will be there, no. Absent days, how many absent days are there, how many days he was absent. And class is nothing but the output, whatever the output we have. Class is divided into different clusters, like middle level school, and lower level school, and high level. So three clusters are there: middle, low, and high. And here we will get whatever the country, whatever the birthplace of the student. Kuwait is the birthplace of the student. And the nationality, Kuwait nationality. And whatever the gender of the student, male, female. This entire thing is regarding what the student, how the performance, how the data set we collected from the what we are taking in the data set. Okay. See here, female and male. Here we are taking the gender scale, gender pictorial, gender visualization, gender visualization, gender what here we are using count plot. So in first term we have imported matplotlib pyplot has ptl. So here we are using for the visualization process we are using plt format. So here count plot, sns count plot, x is equals to, in x rays y x axis what is going to print, gender is going to print in the which order, female and male, female and male, or male is given. And count plot means nothing but the axis, y axis are regarding number of females are there, number of males are there. And same as here based upon the class, in females and males how many are lower class level, how many are middle class, and how many are in higher class. So here see here x axis consists of gender and order is female and male. Huge is class. Class we are discussing here about the class. Huge order, what is the huge order? We have lower class, middle class, and high class. So these are mentioned in the three different classes, three different colors, like lower in the blue and middle in the orange and H in the green, higher in the green. So this is the way we can plot the graphs. And here df nationality value counts normalization is equals to true dot plot. So here I said that we after data collection we will go with the process of data pre-processing, that is known as see here we collected the data, we assigned the data, this is data processing, sorry, data collection, data analyzation. We are seeing the data, whatever the data is given that we are seeing, and we are giving the enter data, we are filtering what is filtering means any nulls are there, and what is the type, what is the shape and shape of the data, and whatever the data sets are used in. So whatever the unrequirement data is there, we can remove the data. And how in a gender there are null factors or not, we are looking and we are removing the data. So this is all called data pre-processing. This is data visualization. Whatever the data pre-processing is nothing but whatever the data is used for visualization process. And here we are taking data pre-process is used for whatever the data we are filtering the excel sheet format, what new excel sheet format we are getting. And here we are taking the data visualization process. Data visualization process means having an data set which consists of data which is represented in which is represented in graphical representations, like how many females are there, how many males are there, and how many in females, and what is and the nationality counts means counting the nationality in nationality, how many from which countries, from which states, or which countries, whatever the population is there, here we are counting. And place of birth from different types of students, where the students are come from and born from, and we are seeing the nationality data is plotted muted. So in different types of colors we are using the nationality, how many people are in from Kuwait, how many people are from Egypt, USA, Jordan, and so and so. And here we are we are seeing the nationality class in the low level, medium level, and high level level. So here in Kuwait we have see here this is the high level range, nearly around 30 to 35 percentage of people are there in high level. And medium level there are around 71 72, and in low level they are from so and so 70 percentage. So in such a way, the relation who came to, who attended the meeting, or who attended the meetings, or who given the review conclusions. Here we will see the relations who attended for the meeting. So mother and father, how many mothers have attended, how many fathers have attended, and same has relation in the low level, high level, stage ID in the low level, high level. Every each and column is represented in the different format. After visualization part, we will split the data. We will split the data in applying different algorithms. So here L gender nationality, here we are gender nationality, place of birth, and stage ID. Here we are doing what we are doing here means it is stage ID, place of birth, and grade ID. How many clusters are there means that clusters are taken, and and we are assigning some count for the clusters. Like if in the class we have lower, higher, and medium. No, for lower 0, for 1, for medium 1, and for higher 2. So there are 3 clusters we named after 0, 1, 2. So same has like that. L semester means how many semesters are there, in which semester, F semester, or F1 or F2. So F semester for 0, F1 for 1, for 2. So we are encoding the whatever the strings are there. So after encoding the strings, this is the format, this is the Excel sheet format we will get. And here univariant selection, here we are applying different algorithms, and after the applying of algorithm, we will split the data. So after splitting the data, it is split in the 2 ways, that is x and y. That is d location I is equals to L class. We are taking the L class as L class, we are taking here L class, and we have removed the L class column here, and we are delocating it. And here y head means L class. We have divided the Excel sheet format into 2 sections, that is x axis and y axis. That is x axis, in x axis we are considering class, the output has y axis, and remaining attributes, these attributes are known as input. So it is considered, this all attributes are considered as y, and only the class format is considered as output. Okay, so here so what is the x first x head is nothing but what are the first samples, of first 5 samples it displays. And so it displays whatever the attributes are there in the x axis, and y axis whatever the class, whatever the output are there. So here we are applying k best is applied, algorithm k best applied, and the specs score. So in the score, what is the higher, in gender, what is the highest value of performance we have looked here. And this is the correlation map. So in correlation map we use Seaborn is used. Seaborn we assigned as SNS, and here we are using Seaborn. So this is an 3D array graph which shows entire form of data we consist in the data set and classification. See here Excel sheet model selection, impose, train and testing process. So we have divided x axis and y axis. No, so this entire data is divided into 2 parts, that is one is 80% of data and one is 20% of data. And 80% of data is used for testing 80% of data is used for training process, and remaining 20% of data is used to test process. How can we get the Excel sheet format? Excel sheet format we can design, and also we can get from different sources of the internet, because Python is an open source system. So we can also get the data set formats from the internet also. We can get the data source from the internet also. And after that training and testing process is there. So when we train the data, the half of the part of the data consists of x train and x test, and half of the data is consist of x test and x test and y test. So here we are applying logistical regression algorithm. Logistical regression algorithm we applied, and we combined extend train algorithms, and we predict how to predict the data. How to predict the data. So giving of x test to the data, giving of x test to the data, and let the system result by applying different algorithms. It gives an accuracy score. Accuracy score is based upon the actual output which is given by the system. This is the output now which already we have, and it already we have, and the system which is predicted. So here it was not given, but it will predict an zero binary format output. So we will compare the both outputs. Sai Krishna, the data set we can get from the websites, from the Chrome. We can get the data sets we based upon the different topics, based upon the different titles which you select. Okay, ma? So it accuracy score we will get based upon the predicted output and actual output. We will see the differences. So here after applying of logistical regression, we have got the accuracy score of 75%, and the same as in support vector machine we applied the algorithm. Support vector machine we applied the testing training process and predicted output, and here also we got the 70% of 70% of accuracy score. In neural networks, here we applied the neural networks algorithm, and here we will get here we got the here we got the accuracy score of 77%. So here 77% is there. Three algorithms are showed in the format, showed in the visualization part. So one is logistical regression, SVM, support vector machine, and neural net. From these three, how to import an Excel sheet into the Python code. So these three algorithms we are using here. No, these three algorithms, based upon the difference between these three algorithms, we got neural networks. Based on applying of neural networks algorithms, we got maximum level, means 77% of accuracy score we got. So we can use the neural networks for further use to predict the performance of the students. So this is the entire class about the today's session, ma. By this today's session we can wind up two webinar sessions which are conducted. So coming to the doubts which you have posted in comments, how to import Excel sheet into the Python class, so Python code. So here we are giving the Excel sheet. This is the Excel sheet name which consists of data. So this Excel sheet we are going to read. So here we are assigning the format. File format in the Python attribute that is called as pandas. So pandas is used to read the file format which we are giving here. So it will read it will take the, it will assigns the Excel sheet data set, and we can execute the code by the different types of codes we are using. Can you provide today's code for us to practice in our code? Let me talk to the superiors, ma. If I let them allow, means I will send the code. So after after talking to them, we will send the code. We will confirm with the superiors and we will let you know, ma. Ma'am, we need that program, ma'am. Okay, ma. Oh, okay, ma. Regarding that, I will talk to your coordinator and my superior, and we will look forward, ma. Description box today's section link not regarding this project and title. We have you have any doubts, ma? Say, say, ma. Do we need to install another tools? Yeah, ma, we have to install by the based upon we have to install Anaconda Navigator to run Jupyter Notebook, and not only Jupyter Notebook, we in some codes we can execute different types of Python attributes which based upon the system also. Some library files will not exist in this, so we have to download, means we can download by Anaconda environment. So we should use we should download Anaconda Navigator. Any more doubts, ma? Shall I end the session, or you have any doubts, ma, to explain? Regarding certificates, your coordinator will know, ma, and we are sending the links. No, you can look into it. Ma'am, please forward the program if possible. I will let you know. So I will wind up the session, ma. Last, I would like to thank PDEA's College of Engineering of Technology and members for associating with pantechelearning platform and conducting such technical webinars, and and also I thank all of the students, all of the participants who made this session very grand success, and at last, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Yes, ma. I will talk to the superiors and I will send the what to say source code for you people. Okay.